Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. This is unbelievable. I want to start by thanking everybody that's here. I know that it means a lot to myself. It means a lot to the people that invited you here. But it also means a lot to what we're doing here at Creating a World That Works and Next Evolution. So thank you, thank you, thank you. But also, I want you guys to take a second to pat yourselves on the back as well. Because by you being here right now, that speaks volumes to your character. It speaks volumes to who you are as a person and that you're impeccable with your word. And it also speaks volumes to the fact that you have a willingness to learn and a willingness to accept change. So pat yourselves on the back for that. That is absolutely awesome. And if I take a second to stand up here and really think about where I'm at right now, this is literally mind-blowing to me. And the reason for that, I was actually telling the crew that's been working all day on the lights and the stage, I actually, about a year and a half ago, I used to work at the building right down the street. And I remember at that time, I was thinking about what I wanted out of life, like what was the next step for me. And the biggest thing that stuck out to me was inspiring people, helping them become the best version of themselves. And I remember I would go on break, and I'd get these 15-minute breaks, and what I would do is I would walk around the building itself, and I would always walk right past this building, always thinking, like, I wonder what they do in there. And what I would visualize is I would visualize myself on stage. I would visualize myself being that person, helping others accomplish what they want to accomplish, and helping others reach levels in their life that they never thought were possible before. And I walked in today and I literally started crying because it's manifest right before me right now, and it's absolutely incredible. And before I get started, I want to talk and present a potential idea to you. What would your life look like if you didn't have any fear? What would it look like if there was no jealousy, no envy? You were creating win-win situations with your coworkers, with your family, with your friends, with everybody. What would that look like? Hold that image in your mind and think about that as we roll moving forward. So, obviously, we're living in a society right now where all we're seeing around us is fear. We're seeing cynicism. We're seeing jealousy. We're seeing envy. We're seeing greed. We're seeing all of it. It's in front of us. You can't escape it. Well, I can tell you right now that I can relate 100% to all of that. See, my story is I grew up on the south side of Chicago. I was the youngest of three. My mom was a single mom, working 3 jobs. And I remember we didn't have a lot. We didn't have a lot of hope. We didn't talk to a lot of people because we felt like everybody was against us. We certainly didn't have a lot of friends, so any sort of friend game night, anything like that, that wasn't even a real thing. And when you start to grow up in that environment, you become that. You are that. That's everything that you ever know. And so I remember I was 23 years old, and I was still in that same environment. My friend group was very small. The only people I hung around were the naysayers, the negative Nellies, whatever you want to call them. And I wasn't going anywhere, and it was so frustrating to me. It was just like this. I kept asking myself, what else is out there? Because this can't be what life's about. And I remember I got a call from a really good friend of mine who lived in Flagstaff at the time. And he said, I think you need to clear your head. I think you need to really figure out what it is that you want in life. And he started introducing me into this work right here, personal development, and understanding that you can have, be, and do whatever you want. And I remember when I first started on this journey, I thought to myself, like, this is insane. Like, people are just reading books and listening to audios and going to seminars, and they're becoming the best version of themselves. Like, why doesn't everybody just do this? And so I challenged it. But I knew that I wanted something different in my life, so I started harboring and fostering this idea of becoming better. And what that led to is me reading more, me getting into more audiobooks, but seminars was the biggest thing. And I remember a lot of the seminars I went to, I'm sure some of you can relate, I felt like when I left those seminars, I was a motivated idiot. I was that person that was like, I'm so excited right now. Like, I can't wait to go conquer the world. But I didn't have a sense of direction. I was a ship without a rudder at that point. So yes, I had all this built-up energy, but nowhere to go with it. And what was I supposed to do after that? Because you see, seminars, they're fantastic. But if you're not utilizing what's in the seminar on a consistent basis, are you really changing? Are you really becoming a better person? Are you really fostering that idea and creating the habits of becoming that version of yourself that you see? And then I remember about a year ago, maybe a little bit better, I ran into Next Evolution. And I remember going through it and thinking to myself, this is absolutely incredible. This is something I've never seen before. This wasn't just motivation, 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 motivation. This was, here's the lesson, now let's go put this as a memory in your head so you can get better. And I'm thankful to say that because of the work that I've done with Next Evolution and creating a world that works, I'm standing up here a completely different person than I was 10 years ago when I moved here. So it's been nothing short of incredible. And again, the fact that you guys are here learning about this and hearing about this says a lot about you and your willingness to change. So with that being said, what I want to do is bring up the man that made all of this possible, a man that single-handedly changed my life, and somebody who taught me that even though I have fear, I'm going to overcome it a little bit at a time. So let's go ahead and give it up for Jack.
Awesome.